so the date he came back September 3rd. That was a month after I got the jar or whatever. And he came over. We didn't do much chilling, but we we chilled.
Oh, this is an Instagram exclusive. Let it
Oh,
out.
okay. Oh, okay. So, so I can say what I want to say. Okay. So,
this is the
okay.
teaser. Like the shit about to get realer and realer.
So, all right. So we ain't do no chilling. We was having sex, a lot of sex. I mean, a lot of sex. I mean, just we didn't do much talking. We had a lot of sex. So after that, he was just like, coming over every day and stuff like that. He didn't want to leave. And then he started being like overbearing, like controlling, like not controlling, but like he didn't see nobody. Like it was just me. Like he just wanted to be around me all the time and stuff like that. Now, the thing is, like, it was still 1 foot in and 1 foot out, I could tell with him, but it was still like the work was still working because it was like no more. He didn't want to go back home. He wanted to move in and stuff like that. He was great with the kids. But it was like sex nonstop every single day. Like it was like sex. So I started thinking like, did this nigga just come back on the sex tip? So it was like whenever I walked outside or whenever I went somewhere, it was always like him thinking that I talked to this person or him thinking I talked to this person. Like he was very, very jealous. Like he didn't want me to wear certain things and stuff like that. So I say a few weeks after that, I called Melvin because I was like, Melvin, yo, listen. So he was talking. He came back on some. So we ended up stopped talking for probably like a week or so. Stopped talking because we used to argue all the time and stuff like that. And so I went and did me, not having sex with nobody, but just I found a friend and we were just chilling and stuff like that. So I don't know if the nigga felt me starting to talk to this dude, but I was talking to the dude and he ended up calling my phone. And he called my phone and he was like, what you doing and stuff like that. I was like, I'm out, I'm eating and stuff like that. I'll call you back. One thing about it, he never liked for me to be like, I'm going to call you back. I never was like, I'm going to call you back. But in the beginning, Melvin used to tell me, listen, when he come back, you got to start doing stuff different. You got to start, if he going to come back, he going to come back to somebody different. So at that point, I was just like nonchalant because he used to be nonchalant. I used to be available to him all the time. Like whenever he called, I'm picking up. Whenever he texts, I got to text him right back. Like that was me. And so I was like, you know what? I ain't going to be available to him all the time. I ain't going to be like that all the time or whatever. He going to have to show me he want to be with me. So he ended up, I was like, I'm going to call you back whenever I get the time to call you back. So I got home. The dude dropped me off. I got home, and he ended up calling me, and he was like, what you doing? I say 2 minutes later after I got in the house, he was like, what you doing? I was like, nothing, about to take the kids out to dinner. And I heard a knock at my door, and I was like, well, where you at? He was like, I'm home. So he was like, you ain't going to answer the door? I was like, no, I don't know who that is at my door. I was like, maybe the landlord or something or a friend or something. I don't know. So I didn't answer the door. And so he knocked on the door. He was like, you ain't going to answer it? So I was like, fuck it. Let me look out the window. I was like, I don't see nobody. And so he was like, this me. Answer the door. I answered the door, and he was right. He was there. And so I was like, what you doing here? He was like, he went to looking around the house and going in the closets and looking everywhere and stuff like that. So I was like, what you looking for? He was like, shoot, you wanted me here, so I'm here. I'm ready to be a family. Let's go. Me and my kids, we going out and stuff like that. Me, you, the kids, we going out. So I was like, okay. Like, I was looking at him weird. Like, how you just show up to my doorstep? And so, we there or whatever. And, yeah, so we went out to dinner and he was apologizing, saying, he was sorry for not being the man I wanted him to be and stuff like that or whatever. He was here to stay and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. So I say probably a few more weeks passed by, and we got into it again. And he left for a week.
All right, now we're going to get to the real funny shit. The funny shit.
I'm about to tell you about it.
You realize, like the shit, like this shit ain't no joke. Like, this shit is on him.
So shit started getting serious because this time when we got into it or whatever, he didn't leave for like no week or two. He left for a couple of days. And so he came back after 2-3 days, and he called me, and I was out, and he was like, I'm at your house. And I was like, well, I'm not there. And so he was like, yes, you is. You think I'm stupid. You probably in there with another nigga or whatever. I was like, I'm not. I'm really out or whatever. I'm getting stuff done. And so he video chats me, and he literally like, so you ain't in the house? And I'm like, no. So he's like, I'm about to kick down your door. I was like, no, you're not. He kicked down my door. He kicked down my door. He kicked the door off the hinges, and nobody was there. He thought I was there with a dude in the house. And he was like, stop playing with me. I was like, oh, Lord, I got to hurry up and rush back home. I was like, why would you kick down my door? Oh, because I thought you was in there with somebody and you was high and you want to talk to me and stuff like that. I love you and I want to be with you. And I was like, whoa, you got to get my door fixed. Like, you tripping. So he kicked down the door. He did kick down the door. He told me, hey, I told you I was coming. You talking about you weren't there. I kicked down your door. He kicked off my door. So the next day I wake up, mind you, the nigga who I was talking to or whatever prior to this, he was still in the picture, which was my fault or whatever. I should have cut him off. But I called him while I was on my way back to the house, and I was like, yo, you know, the nigga just kicked in my door or whatever. He was like, you straight? I was like, yeah, I'm going to call you back when I get to the house. I never was able to call him back because with the work, listen, it ain't no other nigga. It can't be no other nigga. It can't be this. It can't be that. So I ended up falling asleep that night or whatever. We ended up waking up, and I was going to take my kids to school. So on my way to take the kids to school, he was still at the house. So he texted me while I was on the way to the kids' school, and he was like, I'm about to go get a copy of the key. I'll be back. So I'm talking shit on the phone with my best friend, and then I was like, listen, I was like, yeah, me and Jihad got back together or whatever and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know, you know, where we going and stuff like that. You know, just random talking. So I was like, you going to wait for me to go get the key? He was like, nah, I'll just be back. I'll leave the door unlocked for you. So I'm on my way back home, and I get home, and one thing that my friend said before I hung up, she was like, girl, she was like, you talking about him, you better check your house while he acting crazy like that. But I was like, nah, he know better and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, I get back to the house, so I'm chilling and stuff like that. I done made breakfast. I'm texting him saying I'm making breakfast. Hurry back. It's raining. I got caught in the rain. I'm about to take a shower, whatever. But I'm texting him, turned on the TV, laid down, took a shower, came back out. And so the dude calls me on the phone. The dude that I had on the side. So he calls me on the phone. And he goes, oh, so why you ain't call me back? I was just making sure you was crazy. So I was like, yeah, that nigga kicked down my door and stuff like that. And he had no choice but to fix it because he was tripping and stuff like that. He thought I was in here with somebody, you know, just talking, not talking bad about him, but just talking about the situation that was true. And so I get a text on my phone, and he said, I'm back. Meet me downstairs. So I go downstairs, trying to meet my boyfriend downstairs. I try to meet him downstairs, and then I was like, I don't see you. Where are you? So he was like, I came up the other stairs. So I go upstairs, and he's there. So, you know, we go inside, and he was like, you good? You straight? I was like, yeah. He was like, you happy you got your door fixed? I'm like, yeah. And so I was like, how you got back here so quick? So he was like, no, I got dropped off or whatever. So I was like, okay. And so then he was like, you frustrated? I was like, no. He was like, yeah, so when I kicked in the door, yeah, you know, I had to fix it because I was tripping. And I was like, yeah. And so I was like, first of all, why you got on the same clothes? I thought you got caught in the rain. And so he was like, I never went nowhere. And I was like, what? He was hiding in my closet the whole time. The whole time. He heard my conversation from beginning to end. He seen everything that I was doing. He was hiding in my closet the whole time. He never went to go get the keys, copied, nothing. He just said that he wanted to see if I was talking to somebody else because he didn't trust that I was just talking to him. He jumped out of the closet and was like, he was there the whole time. So at that time, like, I couldn't do nothing about that. Like, he got mad, he got angry, he left or whatever. I couldn't do nothing. I had to kiss ass. I was like, oh, shit.
Hold on. We ran out of tape. We're gonna do this. We're gonna remix it again. I'm gonna call you straight back. Hold on.